Hey, real talk. Have you ever felt like love just isn't on your side? Like no matter what you do, it's this endless cycle of missed chances and bad dates? Trust me, I get it, but here's the kicker. What if I told you that finding love isn't about luck or chance? No, it's actually about knowing the few secret moves that most people completely overlook. And the crazy part, these aren't just cheesy tips. They're backed by science, real life success stories, and proven strategies that actually work. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, ready to finally understand what it takes to build that meaningful connection, then stick around because what I'm about to share could change your whole approach to love. And honestly, you don't want to miss this. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to finding the relationship you've been dreaming of. Ever wonder why some people seem to find love effortlessly, like it's just written in their stars? Meanwhile, you might be stuck in a cycle of endless dates that lead nowhere, feeling like the right person is just out of reach. It's frustrating, right? Like you're putting yourself out there, trying your best, but somehow love keeps slipping through your fingers. Honestly, I've been there too. Thinking maybe I just wasn't meant for it, or maybe I don't know the secret sauce. But here's the truth that no one talks about enough. Finding love isn't just about luck or chance, it's about understanding the game. The unspoken rules that most people miss. And the crazy part, these rules are actually simple and totally within your control. You don't have to be perfect or have a ton of experience. You just need to know what to do and how to do it. So if you're tired of feeling like love is this elusive thing that keeps slipping away, stick with me. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share the top secrets that can turn your dating life around. Secrets that can help you attract the right person, build genuine connections, and finally start that relationship you've been dreaming of. Trust me, what I'm about to tell you could change everything, so don't go anywhere. You know, I used to think that love was just a matter of luck, that you either found the right person at the right time or you didn't. I go on dates, meet people, and come away feeling like I was just spinning my wheels. Sometimes I get close to something real only to watch it fizzle out, leaving me wondering what was I doing wrong. Honestly, for a long time, I felt like love was this mysterious game I couldn't really play well. Sound familiar? But then I started paying attention, not just to my own experiences, but to what actually works in real relationships. I read books, listened to experts, and tested out some ideas myself. What I discovered completely changed my perspective. It wasn't about luck, it was about understanding the game, knowing how to attract the right person, and building something genuine. And the crazy part, I realized that most of what I thought was love was just misconceptions and false hopes. That's why I want to share these insights with you today. Because if I can turn my love life around, I truly believe you can too. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional, authentic, and a little strategic. And once you get these things right, the entire game shifts. You start attracting quality people who actually match your vibe, and things just feel a lot more natural. So trust me, I've been where you are, and I know how frustrating it can be. But I also know that with the right mindset and a few key strategies, finding love becomes a lot less complicated. So here's the deal. By the end of this video, my goal is for you to walk away with a clear understanding of what really matters when it comes to finding love. Not just some vague tips or generic advice, but proven strategies that actually work in the real world. You'll learn how to attract the right kind of people, build genuine emotional connections, and start creating relationships that's not only healthy, but also lasting. This isn't about quick fixes or magic pills. It's about understanding the core principles that make love work and how you can apply them to your own life. Whether you're single and looking to meet someone new, or you're already dating and wanting to take things to the next level. These insights will give you a new perspective, boost your confidence, and help you navigate the dating scene with clarity. My hope is that after watching this, you'll feel more empowered, like you finally have a roadmap to guide you through the sometimes confusing world of love and relationships. Because, let's be honest, everyone deserves a meaningful connection, and with the right knowledge, it's absolutely within your reach. Alright, let's start with the most overlooked secret to finding love, knowing yourself. Sounds simple, right? But trust me, it's the foundation that most people skip over. Before you can attract the right partner, you need to understand what really makes you, you. Your values, your goals, your passions, even your quirks. Everything that defines who you are. Think about it this way. If you don't know what you want, how can you expect someone else to match that? It's like trying to find your perfect puzzle piece without knowing what the full picture looks like. When you take the time to reflect on your core beliefs and what truly matters to you, you start to attract people who align with that. It's about setting boundaries, knowing your non-negotiables, and understanding what kind of relationship will genuinely make you happy. Here's a simple exercise. Ask yourself, what are the top 3 qualities I want in a partner? Or what are the things I absolutely cannot compromise on? Do I want someone to be adventurous or someone who's more home-like? Do I value honesty, independence, humor? When you get clear on these details, it's like turning on a magnet that pulls in compatible people. And it's not just about dating. Knowing yourself also means understanding your strengths and weaknesses, your emotional triggers, and what makes you feel fulfilled. When you're confident in who you are, it radiates outwards, and that's incredibly attractive. People are drawn to authenticity, not perfection. Science backed this up too. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that self-awareness and clarity about one's own values significantly increase the chances of building a satisfying, long-lasting relationship. So the more you understand yourself, the better your chances of finding someone who truly compliments you. Remember, this isn't about becoming someone else or having it all figured out overnight. It's about taking small steps to discover what makes you, you. When you do that, you'll not only attract better matches, but you'll also feel more confident and genuine in your interactions, because at the end of the day, love is about connecting with someone who accepts and appreciates the real you. Now that you've taken the time to understand yourself, the next crucial step is to be authentic, to show up as your true self. This might sound obvious, but it's surprisingly common for people to put on a mask or try to impress others with a version of themselves that isn't really them. Here's the truth. Pretending to be someone you're not might seem like a quick way to attract attention, but it's a recipe for long-term frustration. When you're authentic, you're building your relationships on honesty and trust from the start. People can tell when you're being genuine, and that's what truly attracts the right kind of person to you. Plus, it saves you a lot of time and energy because you're not trying to keep up with the facade. You're just being you. And honestly, that's more attractive than any curated version of yourself. Here's a simple tip. Instead of trying to impress your date or hide your quirks, lean into what makes you uniquely you. If you're passionate about your hobbies, talk about them openly. If you're funny or a little awkward, embrace it. Authenticity isn't about perfection. It's about vulnerability and honesty. For example, let's say you love gardening, but you usually hide that because you think it's uncool. Don't. Share that passion. You might meet someone who actually shares that interest or appreciate your genuine personality. When you're true to yourself, you naturally attract people who connect with who you really are, not a version you think they want. Science supports this ideal too. A study from the psychology of popular media culture found that authenticity and self-presentation leads to deeper emotional connections and greater relationship satisfaction. People are drawn to realness. It fosters trust and lays the foundation for a meaningful bond. So my advice, drop the act. Be honest about your interests, your quirks, your flaws, and your passions. The right person will respect and appreciate the real you, and that's the only version worth showing up as. Remember, love isn't about impressing someone with a perfect image. It's about building a genuine connection based on honesty and mutual acceptance. When you're authentic, you'll find dating becomes a lot more fun, relaxed, and ultimately more successful. All right, now that you're clear on who you are and you're being authentic, the next step is to put yourself out there in the right ways. Love doesn't just knock on your door. You have to go looking for it. And that means expanding your social circles and being open to trying new things. Think about it. If you're only meeting people through the same old routines, maybe work, a small circle of friends, or the same social media feeds, your options are limited. To increase your chances of finding the right person, you need to diversify where and how you meet people. That could mean joining a local sports club, taking a class in something you're interested in, or even exploring new hobbies. The key is to do things that excite you, because when you're passionate about what you are doing, that energy naturally attracts others. Online dating is another powerful tool. Platforms like Tinder, Bumble, or Hinge are designed to connect people actively looking for relationships. But don't just rely on apps. Real life interactions are just as valuable. Attending community events, networking meetups, or hobby groups can lead to genuine connections that often feel more natural than a swipe. Let me give you an example. Say you've always wanted to try salsa dancing. Signing up for a class might seem intimidating at first, but it's a fantastic way to meet like-minded singles who share your interests. Plus, dancing is a fun way to break the ice and create chemistry in a relaxed environment. Being open to new experiences isn't just about meeting potential partners, it's about growing as a person too. Each new activity or social setting broadens your horizons and boosts your confidence. It also signals to others that you're adventurous and willing to try new things, which is inherently attractive. Science also supports this. Research from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships shows that people who actively seek out new experiences and expand their social networks tend to have richer social lives and higher chances of meeting compatible partners. So, my advice? Step out of your comfort zone. Say yes to invites. Try that hobby you've always been curious about, or attend events where you can meet new people. The more you expand your circles, the higher your chances of crossing paths with someone special who shares your interests and values. Remember, love often finds us when we're busy living our lives fully and openly. So go out there, explore new places, and keep your heart and mind open to the possibility, because that's where the magic begins. Now, here's a truth many people overlook. Physical attraction can spark interest, but it's emotional connection that keeps a relationship alive and thriving. Sure, chemistry is important. Everyone loves that butterflies in the stomach feeling. But if you want something that lasts, you need to focus on building a genuine emotional bond. Think about it this way. When you meet someone new, the initial spark might be all about looks or flirty banter. But true lasting love develops when you connect on a deeper level, sharing your thoughts, dreams, fears, and vulnerabilities. It's about creating a sense of trust and understanding that goes beyond surface appearances. So how do you do that? Start by asking open-ended questions that invite meaningful conversations. Instead of just, what do you do for work? Try, what's something you're really passionate about? Or what's been a defining moment in your life? These questions encourage your date to open up, helping you see who they really are. Another key is active listening. When they talk, really listen without interrupting or thinking about what you're going to say next. Show genuine interest by asking follow-up questions or sharing your own experiences. This creates a reciprocal flow of vulnerability that builds trust. Also, don't rush into physical intimacy. Focus on spending quality time together, sharing stories, and creating moments of emotional closeness. When you do this, you begin to develop a bond that's rooted in mutual understanding and respect. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're on a date, and instead of the usual small talk, you ask, what's something you've struggled with but learned from? What's a goal you're working towards? Responses like these reveal their inner world, their hopes, fears, and values. That's emotional connection, the foundation of a lasting relationship. Science shows that emotional intimacy is a key predictor of relationship satisfaction and longevity. A study published in the Psychology of Popular Media Culture found that couples who develop strong emotional bonds early on tend to stay together longer and report higher happiness levels. So my advice, focus less on looks and more on the person behind the smile. Invest in meaningful conversations, share your vulnerabilities, and genuinely interested in theirs. When you prioritize emotional connection, you're not just building attraction, you're creating a bond that can withstand the test of time. Remember, love is about feeling safe, understood, and appreciated for who you truly are. And that's only possible when you focus on building that deep emotional connection from the start. Now let's get real. Finding love isn't a race. It's more like a journey that requires patience and persistence. Too often we get caught up in wanting immediate results, that rush of excitement when we meet someone new, or feeling disappointed when things don't click right away. But the truth is, great relationships take time to develop. Think about it. Even the most solid, long-lasting couples didn't meet, fall in love, and live happily ever after overnight. They faced setbacks, misunderstandings, and moments when it felt like things weren't working. The key is to keep going even when the going gets tough. Patience is about understanding that meaningful connection can't be forced. Sometimes you meet someone and the thing seems promising, but life gets in the way. Maybe they're busy or just maybe it's not the right timing. That's okay. Instead of rushing or giving up, give things time to unfold naturally. And persistence, that's about not letting setbacks derail your hope. Maybe you've been ghosted or you've had a string of bad dates. It's easy to feel discouraged and want to throw in the towel, but remember, every no or failure is just a step closer to the right yes. It's about learning from each experience and staying committed to your goal. Here's an example. Imagine you meet someone you really like, but they're hesitant to move forward. Instead of getting frustrated or giving up, you give it some time, continue to build trust, and see how things develop. Sometimes the timing just isn't right initially, but with patience, it can turn into something meaningful. Science backed this up too. Research from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships shows that persistence and patience significantly increases the likelihood of building a lasting relationship. Rushing into things or settling too quickly often leads to dissatisfaction. Slow and steady really does win the race. So my advice, keep your eyes on the goal. Stay optimistic and remember that good things take time. Be patient with yourself and others, and don't be discouraged by setbacks. Love isn't about speed, it's about perseverance. If you stay committed, the right person will come along when the time is right. Because at the end of the day, patience and persistence aren't just about finding love. They're about building a foundation that can withstand the inevitable ups and downs, leading to a stronger, more meaningful connection in the long run. Now, I want to talk about something that might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Maintaining a positive mindset and building self-confidence. Your attitude and how you see yourself play a huge role in your love life. Think about it. When you're feeling good about yourself, radiating confidence, it naturally attracts others. But when you're feeling down or doubting yourself, that energy can create a barrier that's hard for others to get through. Here's the truth. Confidence isn't about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about believing in your worth and owning who you are. When you walk into a room with a positive attitude, you're sending a signal that you're someone worth getting to know. That genuine self-assurance makes others feel comfortable and drawn to you. So, how do you boost your confidence? Start with small wins. Practice positive self-talk. Tell yourself things like, I am worthy, I have value, I bring something special to the table. Repeat these affirmations daily, especially when you're feeling unsure. Another tip is to focus on your strengths. What are you good at? What do people compliment you on? Celebrate those qualities. When you recognize your own value, it becomes easier to approach others with a sense of assuredness. And here's a little science. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that people who maintain a positive outlook are more attractive and approachable. Positivity not only improves your mood, but it also influences how other people perceive you, making it easier to form genuine connections. Remember, confidence is a skill that can be developed. It's about practice and perspective. If you walk into a date or social situation with the mindset that you're worthy of love and respect, that confidence will shine through. And the best part, the more you believe in yourself, the more others will believe in you too. So, keep your chin up. Stay optimistic and focus on your strengths. Love isn't about finding the right person. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Confident, positive, and ready to share your true self with the world. Before we wrap things up, I want to talk about some common mistakes that can trip you up on your path to love. These are things that many people do without realizing it, and they can seriously hold you back from building a genuine, lasting connection. First, one of the biggest mistakes is trying to rush things. Love takes time, and pushing for instant results often leads to disappointment. Whether it's rushing into a relationship, rushing intimacy, or expecting everything to be perfect from the start, this impatience can cause you to overlook red flags or settle for less than you deserve. Another common mistake is settling for less just because you're tired of being single. It's tempting to accept someone who doesn't quite fit your values or needs because you're eager for companionship. But settling often leads to dissatisfaction and heartbreak in the long run. Remember, quality over quantity. It's better to wait for someone who truly matches your vibe. Then there's the mistake of playing games or sending mixed signals. Dating should be honest and straightforward. Playing hard to get, ghosting, or being inconsistent can create confusion, and mistrust. People want authenticity and clarity, so avoid behaviors that send mixed messages or make others feel unsure about where they stand. Another pitfall is neglecting self-care and personal growth. If you're constantly focusing on others and neglecting your own happiness or well-being, it shows. Confidence, independence, and a sense of fulfillment make you more attractive. So don't forget to nurture your passions, goals, and friendships. A well-rounded life naturally draws others in. Lastly, some people fall into the trap of having unrealistic expectations. It's easy to idealize the perfect partner or a fairy tale relationship, but no one is perfect and every relationship has its ups and downs. Be open-minded, flexible, and patient. Love is about growth and compromise. Understanding these common mistakes is key to avoiding unnecessary setbacks. Instead of falling into these traps, stay true to your values, be patient, honest, and focused on your own happiness. Because the truth is, avoiding these pitfalls puts you on the fast track to building a genuine, meaningful relationship that lasts. Before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a few final tips that can really make a difference on your journey to finding love. These are small, easy to implement ideas, but they can have a big impact when you put them into practice. First, never underestimate the power of self-love. When you genuinely care for yourself, your mind, body, and spirit, it radiates confidence and positivity. Practice self-care daily, whether that's taking time to relax, pursuing hobbies, or setting healthy boundaries. Remember, you can't attract someone else if you're not first treating yourself with kindness and respect. Second, be patient with the process. Love doesn't come with a schedule. Sometimes it takes longer than we want, and that's okay. Trust that the right person will come into your life at the right time, especially when you're focused on becoming the best version of yourself. Third, keep an open mind. Love often shows up in unexpected ways and places. Be willing to meet different kinds of people and try new experiences. Sometimes the most meaningful connections happen when you least expect them. Here's a science-backed tip. Practice gratitude daily. Studies from the Harvard Business Review shows that gratitude enhances your overall mood, boosts your confidence, and makes you more attractive to others. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. It shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Lastly, don't forget to have fun. Dating and building relationships should be enjoyable, not stressful. Approach each new connection with curiosity and an open heart. You're relaxed and genuine, you naturally attract others who vibe with your energy. So, my final piece of advice, keep these tips in mind, stay positive, and remember, love is a journey, not a destination. Every step you take towards understanding yourself, being authentic, and staying open brings you closer to the relationship you truly deserve. Believe in the process and trust that the right person is out there, just waiting for the real, confident, and loving you. Alright, that's a wrap on the biggest secrets to finding love. And I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to put these tips into action. Remember, love isn't about luck. It's about understanding yourself, being authentic, and staying persistent. The path might have its twists and turns, but with patience and the right mindset, you're well on your way to building something truly meaningful. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button because it helps more people like you discover these game-changing ideas. And if you have any experiences or questions, drop a comment below. I love hearing your stories and insights. Let's build a community where we can all support each other on this journey to love. And hey, if you want more tips, advice, or just some motivation to keep going, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more content coming your way to help you become the best version of yourself and attract the love you deserve. Remember, love is out there. It's just waiting for you to show up as your authentic, confident self. So go ahead, take those next steps, keep an open heart, and trust that your perfect match is on their way. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and taking the time to learn these secrets to finding love. Remember, this journey is about growth, patience, and staying true to who you are. Love is out there. It's just waiting for you to be ready for it. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with friends who might need a little boost in their love life too. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I got plenty more tips, stories, and motivation coming your way, baby, to help you live your best love life. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest takeaway? Or maybe you have a question or a story to share. Drop it in the comments below. Let's build a supportive community where we can all grow and find love together. Remember, love begins with loving yourself, and the right person will come along when you're genuinely ready. Keep your heart open, stay positive, and trust the process. I believe in you, and I can't wait till you succeed. Thanks again for watching. Stay confident, stay authentic, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.